Okay, so for today we will continue with the topic on circles. So we will be talking about the equations or the equation of a circle. So before we move on, let's have a quick review. So usually you will be asked to find the center and the radius of the circle. For example, if I say I have x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equal to 25, then can you tell me what is the center and the radius of this circle? So I'll give you some time to think about it. Okay, so let's check. So the answer to this is the center is 3 and 1 and the radius is equal to 5. So you get the center from this number and this number. So for the x value it's the 3, for the y value it's 1. The radius is the square root of this number. So it's not too difficult to identify because you can see it directly from the equation, right? Now let's have another example. Suppose I say I have x minus 9 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 16. So can you tell me, can you tell me what is the center of the circle and the radius of the circle? Okay, let's check. The center is 9, 5 and the radius is equal to 4. Okay, now let's change it a little bit. Suppose I say this is x plus 1 squared plus y plus 2 squared is equal to 9. What is the center and the radius of the circle? Okay, let's check. The center should be at -1, -2, and the radius is equal to 2. So do you get it now? So by next time you'll be able to do it on your own. So I want you to note how I got the center from this particular equation. What can you say about the signs of the center and the signs within the x and within the y? If you said that it's the opposite of this number, then you are correct. Okay, so that's very easy to understand. Let's change it a little bit. Suppose I have x plus 4 squared plus y minus 3 squared is equal to 100. What is the center and the radius of the circle? So by this time, I expect that you are faster now in getting the center and the radius. So the center, so compare your answer. So this should be -4 and +3, and the radius, the r, should be equal to n. Okay, so that's how you get the center and the radius of the circle in this form of equation. So in general, we say if we have x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equal to r squared, the center is at the a, not the -a, but it's the a and the b, while the radius is the value of the r. So most of the mistakes will come from getting the radius. So do not forget that this number is the square of the radius. That's why when we have 100, it's 10. When we have 9, it's 3. When you have 16, it's 4. When you have 25, it's 5. Okay, so this particular equation is what we call the standard equation of a circle. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we already know how to get the center and the radius of the circle if the form of the equation is in the standard form. Okay, the standard form again is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal to r squared. So again, the center of this circle is at AB and the radius of the circle is equal to the value of the r. Now let's change it a little bit. Suppose I will give you an equation, say x squared plus 8x, say plus y squared plus 10y is equal to, say, 3. Okay, so take note that this is already in a different form of an equation. It's very clear that this is different to the standard form because you don't see parenthesis squared for the x and you don't see parenthesis y, a parenthesis for the y. So it's directly x squared plus 8x plus y squared plus 10y is equal to 3. So at this point there is no way that you can identify the center and the radius of the circle if you will rely on the idea that we had for the standard form of a circle. So how do we identify the center and the radius of the circle if the form is already written in this way, or in the form of the equation is in this way? Okay, so before I answer that question, let us explore the idea by starting with the standard form of a circle. Okay, let's take an example, say x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared is equal to 4. So we already know that the center of the circle is at, can you tell me the center? Okay, very good. So this is 3 and this is 1. And what is the radius? Okay, that's correct. So it's equal to 2. Okay, so let's explore. Suppose I decided to expand the x minus 3 squared and the y minus 1 squared. So this will become x squared minus 6x plus 9. That's how you expand x minus 3. It's the same as x minus 3. So this is the same as x minus 3 times x minus 3. If you simplify this, it should come out as x squared minus 6x plus 9. And then on this side we have y squared minus 2y plus 1, and then you have equals 4. Okay, and then I will decide, or I will try to make this side equal to 0. And at the same time, I'll be arranging this in such a way that the exponents are in a decreasing order. So that means I will have x squared plus y squared. I'll order x and y, so x first and then minus 2y, and the 9 and 1 will become 10 and then equals 4. And then again, my goal is to make this 0, so this will become x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y plus 10 minus 4 will be equal to 0. And finally, this is x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2y plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so as you can see, from x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals to 4, it is transformed now into an equation similar to this, except that the side is already 0. Now we can also do that here. I can always subtract 3 on both sides, and then this side, the right side, will become 0. Okay, but what is the idea that I'm trying to what is the idea that I'm trying to present here? What I want you to do is to focus on this equation and try to find a way how to get the center of the circle by just looking at the equation. That sounds interesting, right? So this time we will be looking for a faster way on how to identify the center given that the form of the equation is in this form. Remember, if it is written in the standard form, it is very easy because all you have to do is to get this number and to get this number, and the radius is the r. Okay, very easy. Now, so focus on the numbers involved in this equation and try to connect that to the center that we already know, because from x minus 3 squared plus y minus 1 squared, it's clear it's 3 and it's 1, so we got 3, 1. But this time, I want you to look at this equation, find a way on how to get the center. Okay, I'll give you about 2 minutes think time, or maybe 1 minute. So look at this. I have 1y squared minus 6x minus 2y plus 6 equal to 0. How will I get the 3, and how will I get the 1 for the y? Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay, I'll make a random equation. So say x squared plus y squared, say minus 8x minus 4y plus 3 is equal to 0. I'm going to tell you what is the center of this circle. The center will be at 4 and positive. Okay, are you getting the pattern? I'll create another equation. Say suppose I have x squared plus y squared plus 10x, say plus 20y minus 5 is equal to 0. The center is at negative 5 and negative 10. Are you getting it? Okay, one more. Say I have x squared plus y squared minus, say, 4x plus 2y minus 1 is equal to 0. The center is at 2 and negative 1. Do you get the pattern now? Okay, let's add more space. Okay, so we said the center of the circle, so this is our main equation. The center is at 3 and 1. Okay, so let's test your, or let's check if your guess is correct. The center of the circle, if the equation is in this form, can be obtained when you divide this number by negative 2. Okay, so look at it. Negative 6 divided by negative 2 is equal to positive 3. And the y will come from this procedure also. Negative 2 divided by negative 2 will be positive 1. So that's how we can get the center. If you look at this example, say I'll get the last two. 10 divided by negative 2 will be negative 5. 20 divided by negative 2 will be negative 10. But if it's negative 4 divided by negative 2, it's positive 2. And if I divide 2 by negative 2, it becomes 1. Okay, so to make the rule easy to remember, if whenever we want to get the center of the circle and the circle is in this form, all we have to do is to divide this by negative 2 and divide this by negative 2. So it's a technique. Okay, there is a derivation on how to get this procedure, but for now we focus on the technique. Okay, so we divide it by negative 2 and you will get the center directly. That's how you relate. So the technique came from identifying the pattern and how to get these numbers. Okay, so we know now how to get the center of the circle. Okay, So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to get the radius of the circle. That's it.